that is still emptying. Please don't screw me. No, it's not screwed me. It is just still running. There was a lot of water in there. It's now just finished. That is a vacuum, so we can probably go ahead and just deconstruct buildings. And let's open this room up. We may have to pump in a little bit of chlorine. This is why I put that mechanized airlock there, so that we can dig into this room, throw in a gas pump, and that'll be fine. But there is chlorine kind of sitting around in this area as well, so it might actually just be better to turn this pump back on. So do you know what? Let's do that. Let's power it up. This, when they can access it, I will get them to disable this one. Another venture up into this area. Okay, so they're starting to build the ladders now, so we can get those extra 2 Weezeworts. Okay, good. Now, let's have a quick look at the materials overlay. So yeah, because we made this a vacuum, we were able to get all of the hydrogen out, so it didn't become a problem. But what we might see, in fact, we can already see it's happening. The chlorine is going to become less dense because it's got more space to fill. So it was at about 1700 before. It's now down to like 1100. Yeah, it might even get down to 1000 grams of gas. Over here, wow, 500. So yeah, we definitely need to pump some more chlorine in. So that is now working. It will go through the filtration system. If it's chlorine, it will come out here. If it's anything else, it will come out here. So that's already fixing itself, really. Okay, let's copy the settings from here to these two. Let's brick that back up. And once that's done, we can just break that tile, let all the water flow down. Sweet. Just building, so break that one tile. I'm going to put a ladder in there. Eventually. Yeah, there's bits of chlorine, but really not particularly dense. One thing that might help with that is if I dig out those, might just help that stuff there to flow over a little bit better. How are we doing on the pressure? So 1600 there, yeah, 400 there, not good. Definitely need a lot more gas vent over pressure. I mean, it shouldn't be. All the gases have dispersed around the room now. It's obviously much more dense over here than it is over here, but it will spread out. Actually, just check. We are getting random things in here now. Now, I don't know why that would be the case. How has that seeped in? This gas filter is set to chlorine. Let's check this for a moment. Where is the ventilation? Yeah. That's why. Oh, damn it. Damn it, damn it, damn it. Okay, so basically everything that I've been pumping from here and from here as well, it's just getting pumped into the room, which is why we've got those little bits floating in. Oh, damn it, damn it, damn it. So, let's get that alert level priority. Destroy that ASAP. We need to figure out a way of getting this to come into the input over here. Here or here? Here. It's easy enough to do. Just a bit of a pain. How do I want to go about this? It's not going to be pretty, but function over prettiness. Let's get it through there. Oh, behind the gas or the water filter. Yeah, we can turn this off now, I believe. Oh no, because we still need those pumps running. So in fact, I want them to disable the liquid filter. So I suppose we could just set it to anything and it won't output the water until it's clean. So that's fine. And we can switch this back on. Our water has flowed down into there. Let's go ahead and destroy a few more tiles. Really should have thought about that ahead of time. Plumbing, water, liquid pump. Let's put it here because then it can just go straight up. It's also going to need some power though, so let's have a look at our power situation. Again, it's not going to be elegant, but let's do it like that. And it's also going to need to be plumbed in. And get that ladder built in there. Okay, we now have no access to water until we get things fixed up. So let's deconstruct that, that, make that high priority. Because we're going to need to put in a new pitch pump for one. Until it's destroyed, I can't place it. Come on. Get it done, people. Well, wasn't that rather silly? That needs to be like low priority. Somebody come and do that. What are we doing with the chlorine now? Okay, this stuff's not been built, so yeah, it's slow. One thing I forgot to do was make this priority 9. We need to do the same with this one and this one. And let's get that deconstructed so that they can start moving the ice into the water. One thing I should also probably do is limit how much ice they can actually each hold. We don't want them overflowing, so if we do 5,000, I don't know how much ice we have in total. I'll have a look at that in just a second, but yeah, we kind of want them to spread the ice out across those different bins. Okay, that's that done. Get our pitcher pump back in. Yeah, that makes sense for now. Or does it? No, no, it doesn't. No, cancel that. Cancel that. And then we want the pitch pump to actually go in just a little bit higher. Still just in the water, so that's okay. If I build it this high, it means we've still got like what 1, 2, 3, even 4 tiles worth of water to fill up before we have to think about moving it again. But just buying myself a little bit of time there. Another thing that we can probably think about is getting rid of plumbing overlay on so I can actually see it all properly. There it is. Yeah, we can get rid of all of that now. Power, we can also do with. Okay, it's not too bad actually. Let's just get rid of those to wire. And we could rip all that out as well, but I'll leave it there just in case I end up needing some power being fed through there later. Oh, right, all of this stuff got built, which I was unaware of. So, let's have a quick look. In fact, do you know what? Before I even start worrying about any of this, let's just leave it all untouched so that we can get the water going properly, because all of this needs to actually. Why I keep pausing? Yeah, all of this needs to go to priority 9. Get it done. See, these two are completely full. Makes me think that we actually need to lower this down a little bit more. Not by a great deal. With 4,000 kilos. And then at least, 2,000 will get shipped over to this one. We can now rip that out. I'm gonna rip out those. Oh, it's because it's doing liquid pipes. That's why. Let's rip those out. Let's rip that out and that. Yeah, that should be fine. Cool. We now have our water being pumped again, which is good. 5 tons of ice in there. I don't know. I might have to dump everything out and then get them to put it back in so that they share it more equitably. So we've got 9,000, I think. Let's find out. 4,400, 5,000. Yeah, so about 9,400. So if we should really be 300, 3,000 each, shouldn't it? Done. Copy those settings. Cool. So now they should put the ice equally around this water, and therefore it will cool down different parts. We need to do an emergency sweep on that because again, don't want it melting. Sweep, sweep. Sandstone I don't care so much about, but the ice, yes, get that delivered to where it should be immediately. Excellent. Oh, still got a little bit of extraneous ice there, so let's just boost this one up to 4,000. So this one can hold a little bit more. Oh no, we've still got ice at 800. Let's do this one up to 3,500, and we'll do the same one. Cool. That should mean all of the ice someplace to be stored. Good. Okay, how is that affecting our temperatures? So this storage bin, 23 degrees water. I mean, 23 is just barely good enough. Just barely. These Weezeworts, 21 degrees and 35 degrees there. So you see that they're doing something, they're just not doing a great deal. We are going to need a more robust way of dealing with temperature. I mean, Weezeworts will only get us so far. as will the ice in this water. It's helping, not solving the problem. Let's mop all of that extraneous water up. Ooh, that's one thing I didn't think about. That water that's exiting might end up going over because of the pitch pump, so fix that. Plumbing, liquid vents, let's move that over to here. Construct building. Can't quite reach that, so let's help. Excellent. This is still not powered up. Quite sure why. Unreachable. Sure why that's the case. Should be. Let's give them one more bit of ladder then. Ooh, we've got our first frost buns being made. That ration box, it's okay for now. It's around about, I suppose it can probably hold 100,000 kilocalories by the looks of it. Right. Let's have a think about research. So, as I said, I want to make that power system far more robust than it is. To do that, I might need a few more bits. Research. Okay, here we go. Yes, we definitely need that one. We can hang on for conductive wiring. So let's just go to that one for now. So we need heavy watt wire and we need the power transformers to make this work a little bit better. So we have the ability, the capacity to produce a lot more power. We now just need to get it running around the base in a more elegant way. Because at the moment, if we have a look at the power overlay, it's just random bits of circuits all over the shop, and it looks a mess. I would like everything to be a little bit more organized. Excellent. So we've got one Wheezewort. So again, I think I want the Wheezeworts trying to solve this situation down here. Where do we want to pop them? Goes here. Be fine. Chlorine situation is still pretty awful. That's because, yeah, there's not really any chlorine over here. So do you know what? Let's disable that building, stop wasting power on it. That is disabled. Did we get rid of all of the rubbish in here? There's still a little bit of CO2. Actually, we could do with putting that one back on just for a little while. But let's turn that one off. So all that's doing is picking up chlorine and pumping it back into the room. It's just wasting power, and we don't like inefficiency. So the only reason I'm turning this one back on, very brief as it is to get rid of that one bit of CO2 that is lingering around. There it is. It's just, come on. You're supposed to go down and to the right. So come and join me over here, please. Sure why it's getting over this way. But that CO2 could be deadly if it's not dealt with. Really needs to go. I suppose to do that we need to get the chlorine in. Okay, I'll leave it there for now. Again, I might need it later. Maybe to try and get this hydrogen out of here and into the base proper. So I'm not going to get rid of it, but I am gonna have to build a new gas pump in here. And where will that run to? Let's have a look. Gas pipes. We need it to go into this system here. So we'll run the pipe over like that. Into there. Also need power going into this as well. Now, again, this is another reason that, or just another example of why I need a more clear system. It's not clear to me what things are running on what system. There's probably too much on most of the systems. So just having, do you know what? Let's do it. Let's just get it sorted. So it's going to be a bit of a pain for a moment because all of that nice charge. I want to get rid of it though. It seems a waste. Is there a way for me? I suppose if I hook all of them up with some wire. Oh no, because it needs to be heavy watt wire. Need the research first. Little by little we'll get there. Just need this this research to be done. So halfway through the novice research, not started the advanced research, but that's okay. We'll get there. Use the blueprint. Shine nymph eggs. No thanks. No, don't want any dupes. Reject all. Did they do the planters? They did. Excellent. So let's again plant some Weezewort there and copy that here. Okay, this water is now being pumped out. This is just cycling around the system, but it's not even filled one reservoir yet, so that's going to be running quite a lot longer. Did we manage to grab up that piece of CO2? Looks like we did, actually. So let's disable that building. No longer needed. And also probably, in fact, no, we can absolutely definitely get rid of these random bits of ladder, which no need for anymore. Okay, yeah, that was the research saying it was complete. Good. So we want the first thing. Actually, yeah, no, let's do it this way. Let's get rid of the current automation system that we have. So let's get rid of that and get rid of that. And let's just, for now, disable this building. What we'll do is we'll go and get our new heavy watt wire. Now, heavy watt wire, unfortunately, can't go through walls. You've got to use these heavy watt joint plates. So I'm going to try and avoid that even being a problem by going up through the ladder. Maybe it can't go through ladders as well. It can go through ladders, great. That's all going to be joined up like that. It's all going to be joined up like that. I lost all the charge anyway by replacing all the wires. Well, ain't that unfortunate. No automation wire connected. Yep, no, it's for a very good reason. Yeah, just went and ripped out all of the cable, lost all of the charge. So all of me being careful about this has gone out the window. Let's just let's just get it working. Deconstruct those two batteries. And the way that we will set up the automation instead is as follows. So automation wire is going to go from here to here, also from here to here. We'll also need a bit more wire to go over to this one, so it all around about there, I believe. Is that right? No, there. So just extend that out. So this side will all be feeding into this battery. This side will all be feeding into this battery. And we'll do it from there to there, just in preparation for the new generators going in. So power generator. Generators. I'm just being blind. It's because I've got like a million different overlays on my screen and I can't see what's behind them. Let's move that out of the way again. There you are. Let's get rid of all of these messages as well because they're, again, just in my way. Food has decayed. Oh, that worries me slightly. No germs. That's okay. Yes, where was I? Power. Coal generator. So we'll throw this one in here and this one in here. Get all of it built. Now, let's have a think about where I want the wire to run to. I mean, eventually it will be kind of running straight across from here and then up the outside of the base. But yeah, as you can see, there's a lot of digging to go on before then. So we're going to do a little bit of spaghetti up and around the base. That is going to require me to actually start digging out some stuff, though. Don't need to do tons, but we do need to do some. Let's do that. Needs to be and then there. It needs to go as far as that, and then we'll do 2, 3. That's a start. And we're also going to want a ladder running all the way up to here. And stick out 3 by 3, so 9 squares level. There as well. Hey, get all that done. Insufficient oxygen generation. I highly doubt that. Look at that. Oxygen all over the goddamn place. Yeah, not worried whatsoever. Now, can the heavy watt wire run behind... I mean, if it can run behind ladders, surely it can run behind the pole as well. Yeah, can't go through the door though, so let's cancel that. Have to go like that. Okay, get going with all that. So I've given them a lot to do. So let's just let that kind of tick over for a little while. Did the automation wire go in? Some of it yes, some of it no. Got to imagine that's because we lack the materials. So let's just make sure that that isn't the case. We'll do copper to copper ore. Let's do 15. Oh, of course. These are just sitting there rather than being wrangled. That's because let's not pause it. Let's just slow it down so that I can deal with this. Food critter drop off point. So we need to have a critter drop off point in here as well to tell the dupes that in this room we want none. So we set this critter drop off to 0, and that means that if there is one or more, they will come and wrangle them and move them into this room. Unless, of course, there are too many critters in the room, which at the moment there is. So you can see that there's 9 critters, and if we look at the overlay there, you can see that red thing saying cramped because there's too many of these critters in here. So one thing I'm going to have to do then is how am I going to do this? I suppose let's just do a very, very basic kill room. 1, 2, 3. That. And we will then also want to put the critter drop-off point here as well. I will have to dig that out. Okay. Bunch of stuff going on. I'm not quite sure how this fella got all the way into this pool. I mean, he must have come from up here. He's travelled a long, long way. Those Weezeworts are in. Yes, they are. Good. Let's speed things back up. They're making decent progress on each of these little tasks. Okay, that's all done. Just going to slow it down again whilst I deal with everything that's in here, apart from the ladders. Let's get power. Don't need power running up into that room anymore. Also get rid of the liquid pipes. And we'll just do a little bit of mopping to get that last bit. Right, back up to full speed. I don't know why they're prioritizing all of that stuff over everything else. Still got bits of ice over here. Not tons, but some. Seems a waste to just let it melt over here. Should have put in one more of these. Couldn't hurt. Ooh, it's getting dangerously warm around here. Hmm. Bit of net. Ooh, okay, great. That's been built. So, um, now we need to just set up the priorities correctly. So let's make sure that this is always on 7. This, not built. So this one will be priority 5. So what will happen is if there are more than 8 critters, one of them will be wrangled, and it'll be wrangled to the next place along, which will be this one. So we should hopefully see that one of these just comes and gets wrangled into the kill room. Let's also just prioritize that one so that we get the babies moving in. They're probably not having a good time just being sat there. So we want a max of 0 in this room. Hatches and hatchlings. So again, what will happen is it will recognize that there is more than 0 in here, and then wrangle them into the next room. Really need to get maybe priorities aren't set up. Yeah, not really done a lot with these newbies. Let's see, Luger, what are you good at? You're good at attacking. We'll put you up by 1 there. Digging, you love digging, so let's make that one of your priorities. You also like farming, and you don't mind doctoring. You love doctoring, so let's get you on that. You also quite enjoy digging. Tidying for you, Hex, but yeah, cooking is your highest priority. Ranching. Now we've only really got traumatic who's any good at it. Makes me think I need to boost that for somebody else. Mind you, the morale situation, it's not bad. We've still got a little bit of to maneuver, but unless somebody's already got improved farming, which nobody does. Rock and a hard place. Let's just have a look at those priorities again then. So traumatic. Yeah, you should be prioritizing ranching over all other things, but you don't seem to be. How's this all going? Hey, this seems to be done. Right, so how do we want this set up? So, high threshold we'll set to like 90, low threshold we'll set to 35 for this one. And again, we'll go 92 on this one. We'll go to 24, 20. 26 on this one. So what that means is that this stuff will turn on first in order to fill up this battery. As long as it has above 90 power stored in this battery, this will stay switched off. When it goes below 90, it will turn all three of these on until, sorry, if it gets below 35, it will turn all of these on until it gets back up to 90. Now this one is set up almost exactly the same, but just a little bit different. So in fact, let's make the high threshold the same. Low threshold is a little bit lower. So this lot will work before this lot will work, essentially. Cool. So we need to put in a heavy joint plate here. And then just wait for that to finish building. But let's first of all turn everything back on. Also set at least this lot to a high priority. Right, we are going to want power transformer. Go in here. And heavy wire will go into this one, and then the smaller wire will come out of this one. Let's also set this one up. And I kind of want this one done as high priority as well. So there's a lot of stuff up at the top of the base. All of this will run off this system here. Some sand that fell down. There's nobody trapped. Nope. Much more of this has it got to go? 9. In fact, you know what? That can actually just get sold now. We've clearly got enough. Let's just leave it to finish that one. Done. Now, all of this critter situation is not getting resolved. Why? Fairly certain that I've done this correctly. Just double check. Hatches and hatchlings in here. Only up to a max of 8. Ah, that's what I was missing. Auto wrangle surplus. Damn. Once again, human error as opposed to the game. So yeah, when there is a surplus, it will then wrangle them and move them somewhere. And the somewhere that it will move is this kill. When we see that there's a bunch of critters in here, then we can just go and attack them. And then, yeah, meat for the barbecue. And you are now trapped because of a bunch of sand. Make sure you can dig your way out. See, is he gonna wrangle? Nope. How's our temperatures? Oh, 28. 28 degrees by the farm. Temperature is about to become a serious problem. The plants aren't growing, and they won't above 30 degrees. We are pretty screwed. Oh, this one's not connected by a power wire for some reason. That's why. This can carry 1,000. So do you know what? This is just going to remain on its own little weird loop thing here. The hatcheries, that is. Everywhere else is going to get hooked up to this new fancy system that we're building. So we're going to need a power transfer here. Run up to 1,000 watts off this line. So let's have a quick look at our power overlay. Figure out what we actually need. So 240, but not all the time. 120, 120. So that's 480 so far. Yeah, 480. Those will only be very occasional, as will that. So we won't even worry about that. 480 plus 120, so that's 600. 605 plus this pump, 845. That needs to be on its own system then. In fact, do you know what? Let's say that up to here, that's all on one system, and then all of this stuff will be on its own system. Suppose I've got to consider this stuff as well. So hold on, let's start that again. 120, 120 all the time, fine. Plus another 240, so that's 480 plus 180. God, my math is awful. 560, 660 on that circuit just to run up to here. And these will be very occasional things that we turn on and off. So that works. That again gets used very occasionally, so I'm not going to worry about it. And then we'll have the sieve, the oxidizer, or deodorizer, I should say, and then the liquid pump here and the liquid pump here, all on its own system. Okay, cool. I think that's that figured out then. All that remains to be done is for me to look this up. That can be on the same system as this stuff, I think. So let's start trying to figure that out. Wire. So cross here, and then gonna disconnect this. Here's just power wires, good. Yeah, we'll rip out all of that. Which means that now we want this cable to run it along here. Do it that way. And we will disconnect all of this. And we'll disconnect need to give this anymore. This will be on its own closed loop. Let's try and make it less complex. Yeah. Cancel that. It'll be running along here, go up through there. Oh, that can all get ripped out now as well, because we've already done that. Why is it not cancelled? Why? Right, get all that done. Let's make this outer wall like the lowest priority. Really don't care about that too much until all the other stuff is done. Let's go ahead and make some of this priority 7. Slowly getting there. Yeah, this is not getting filled up very quickly, so let's also throw in a storage bin on this side. That will be for coal as well. How are we doing for coal? Resources, coal, 18 tons. So we've got these hatch rooms kind of working properly. Bit of a struggle. Critters 9. Why is it not getting wrangled? Set to a max of 8. Auto wrangle the surplus, so they will automatically wrangle any critters that exceed the population, although do not belong in this stable. Occupants must possess the critter ranching skill. I mean, there's only one person who can do it, but seems to be focusing on other things. Let's return to traumatic. I mean, nothing, literally nothing else is taking priority for him. Yet, still doesn't seem to be doing the ranching tasks. Makes me think, if we have a rancher listed here, yo to you, Roy McCoy. How we doing, bud? Yeah, if we have another duplicate in here who's a good rancher, bring them in. +1 to husbandry for Frankie, but snores loudly, so no hard pass on that. I mean, they've got increased agriculture, which means they're going down that path anyway. Immune to food poisoning, that's nice. I don't really care about that negative one. Yep, I think we're going for you, Banny. And in honor of the new follower that followed me earlier, bring in Judge Judy. Judge Judy, get in here. Right, you are going to need a bed, so let's prioritize that. Let's do pneumatic doors. I'm going to set this to a high priority because we want to make sure that she has a bed when that time comes. And furniture will also set to a 9 priority. In that goes, as soon as that thing has been deconstructed. You. Why is it not placing? In the bum. There we go. And then I suppose whenever you get round to it, let's also throw in the crown mouldings, but we'll just set this back down to priority 5 and large sculpting block in there as and when you can. So this line should now be functioning, I believe. Pump not in liquid, so that's why that's not pumping. Is this has a blocked pipe? That's not good. It's just blocked because the pipe's full. Good. It's the way we want it. Presumably it's all powered up now. Yeah. So this line is working fine all the way up to here. So that's all on the go. That needs to be constructed, and we also need the heavy watt wire just to complete that, and normal wire to complete